We have gotten a ton of details around Battlefield 2042, and we recently got the short film, which you can watch my reaction to here, and kind of a little bit of a breakdown on stream. But we've got a lot of details, but one thing we don't have a ton of details on is what Hazard Zone will be, and I expect we'll see more of this at Gamescom, so definitely stay tuned to that. But I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the future of Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield as a franchise, and what it's going to look like through Hazard Zone, because we've got some more details on this that I want to talk about. At the Q1 fiscal year 2022 investor call meeting, EA head dude Andrew Wilson said this about Hazard Zone and the future of Battlefield. And while we've announced Hazard Zone is the name, we haven't disclosed a lot about what's going on there, and you'll hear more about that in the coming months. You should understand that this really forms the foundation for what we believe the future of a live service around Battlefield is, which over time will include a mobile launch, will include some free-to-anchor components, and really change the nature of what happens from launch to launch. So that while an every other year launch probably makes sense as we think about it today, we're really focused on a 365-day engagement in the franchise at a platform level across any device that consumers want to play on. The gaming industry as a whole is moving towards this idea that games are more of a platform than they are a year-to-year launch, really. And I'm glad to see that Battlefield is starting to embrace that. I mean, for a while, I think Battlefield has always been considered, while it's a tentpole and it's a huge, massive part of the gaming experience, they usually are very slow to adopt the new parts of gaming. Like, we're just now getting a battle pass for the first time in a Battlefield franchise with Battlefield 2042. I mean, if you look at something like Fortnite launched its Battle Royale and its Battle Pass around 2017, around the time the Battlefront 2 came out, we saw Fortnite. And I know Fortnite gets a lot of crap, but they really started the trend towards all of these different changes in the gaming community. Battle Royales, free-to-play games, making tons and tons of money from a free-to-play game using cosmetics and not really affecting the actual gameplay itself. So I will give them props for that for sure. They definitely helped to popularize video games in the broader mindset. I mean, Battlefield, for all of its gigantic scale and its technical achievements, it has always been behind something even like Call of Duty, which through their year-to-year release cycle, while I think it's really hurting the franchise, they're able to implement these ideas much quicker than something like Battlefield has historically. On the one hand, I think it's really good to see Battlefield push forward and kind of focus on more of a platform and a game as a service type layout, which it definitely needs. It definitely needs something like that. So I think for the next release of Battlefield, we're going to see a movement towards kind of that game as a service, really. I think we're going to see the next game more of like a standard Battlefield experience. Maybe it's going to be released on that 2-year cycle that they mentioned, that every other year we're going to get a Battlefield game. Maybe we won't, and they'll start moving towards that platform game where the next Battlefield is going to be set up to grow, and it's going to have these alternating maps. It's going to have these alternating eras maybe. Portal, I think, is going to be a mainstay, and they even say something similar to this. Portal is going to be a mainstay in the Battlefield franchise, offering user-generated content and experiences that are going to support Battlefield 2042, and I imagine future games much longer than any of the main experiences. I mean, even if they just release Battlefield Portal as its own game, I could see that being a very popular game, and I said this many times before, I think Battlefield Portal could support Battlefield 2042 for at least 10 years. While we may be getting another Battlefield not too long after this one, I mean, the game hasn't even come out and they're already talking about the next one, which is quite strange, but it is something that they're going to say in an investor call meeting. I expect the future of Battlefield 2042 to be around setting up a game platform, really, where they can have these different experiences, where they have Battlefield Portal and they have Hazard Zone and they have like the main experience, and then they go through and they change up the eras, they add new things to Battlefield Portal. So maybe in this game we have 1942, we have Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. Maybe in the next game it's going to be Battlefield 5, and then it's going to be Battlefield 1, and then it's going to be Battlefield 2142. Like, it could be something along those lines, or they have the set experience that Battlefield 2042 Portal has, and it's going to go carried over into the next game. So you're going to have all of the content that's in this game is going to be carried over to the next one, and it's going to be a mainstay in that game franchise. I don't know, but it's going to be very interesting to see what this is going to look like for Battlefield in the future. Let me know what you think Battlefield 2042 is going to add in this game mode. What do you expect Hazard Zone's going to be like? And are you pumped for the future of Battlefield as a games as a service? Is this something that you want? Or do you come to Battlefield as the only hope in the lack of something like a battle pass or a lack of something like a games as a service? Is that why you go to Battlefield, or is it for those large-scale experiences and you're pumped for the future and them implementing and setting up a game that's going to grow throughout the game's life cycle? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and have a conversation with you down there. So definitely check it out. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the battlefield.